Beautiful people, what the fuck is up, man? Episode 122, Sunday Sessions with Rich podcast. I know you like, Richard, where the hell you been with the episode? You supposed to drop Sunday. I was jet lagged and I was visiting a lady and I was just too tired to record. So here we are. Here we are. On today's
Yes,
episode, guys,
bro.
I got a real special guest, man. A real special guest with me today. I have Joey He is a artist. His album just dropped, Feel Good Tapes. The album 22 album out now. I'll drop the link below. But he's just an all around amazing guy, and I'm super grateful to have him on the show. Joey, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you so much, Rich. Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Of course, brother. Now I gave you like a
Pleasure to be
little.
here, my bro.
Hey, pleasure's mine, bro. Pleasure's mine, bro. I gave you a mini red carpet, but let us know who you are and what you got
That's
going on.
it. For sure, for sure. Hello, everyone. My name's Joey. I'm an artist. House music is my passion, my love. Been doing it for I don't know, close to 10 years now. I think I had my first release in like 2013. And yeah, I just produce my music, occasionally do the odd show here and there. And yeah, I just want to share, my art with the world. That's what it's all about, really. Trying to touch people's lives with it, and just add to the culture and add to the scene that I'm a part of. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell, man.
I fuck with that, man. So you don't hear too many people who are even into house music. So I fucking love the fact that you even tapping into that space. Where did the love for it, and where did damn, I really just want to drop an album like this?
You know what, man? It's been a long time coming, if I'm honest with you. I've been releasing sort of EPs and singles for quite a while. Half of which was off the back of touring, and I wanted to get into the zone of making a body of work. And yeah, man, I had a really good relationship with the guys that I released that record with. They just really supported my vision, and they wanted to sort of make sure that I could put something out that was like a literal brainchild, from concept to fruition. It's been a crazy journey, man. Like, I can't actually believe that it kind of came together the way it did. Like, it flowed so nicely from start to finish. And I really wanted to just put a body of work out after having looked up to so many artists for so long that could actually put together a body of work and something with real substance. And it just kind of came together, man. It's really weird looking back at it now. Like, I can't even really remember how it happened. It's kind of just like a few tracks here, a few tracks there, and before you know, bam, there it is. Like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, man, I'm just super, super happy with the response as well. And I'm just taking a bit of a break now, just sort of soaking it all in, and just ready to release some new music now. But yeah, man, just overwhelmed with the love that I've received from it. So yeah, feels good, man.
So I know you're familiar with, when you listen to music and the frequencies that's behind it, and some music you listen to. Like, guys, have you ever wondered certain music you listen to just push you in a angry, negative vibration? Like, for example, I don't even say angry.
Oh, 100%.
Like, for example, when I work out, it's certain, when I lift, it's certain music I listen to because I'm trying to, get that flight or flight, kind of adrenaline going. I'm lifting. And then when you listen to fucking Afro beats or just other shit like that, it's just a different frequency. How do you, because I've never talked to an actual artist before, so I'm fucking curious about this shit, bro. How do you keep that in mind when you playing with melodies and shit like that?
You know what, man? It's for me, it's always just been where the mood takes me in the time. I kind of sit down and I saw this tweet the other day where it was like those times where you sit down and sort of it just makes itself, like, out of nowhere. It'll just boom, like 2-3 hours I'm sat here and then I've got something in front of me, and it's almost like an out of body experience. With the mood of it, it's kind of I guess it does depend on what mood you know you're in at the time, but like I always try to put a bit of spirituality in my music. Like I like to sort of get people on that sort of emotional, deep sort of nerve center, you know, where people can sort of connect with it on an emotional level. Don't get me wrong, I listen to a lot of fight or flight type of, you know, like very ampy music in the gym as well. Like my music taste is mad eclectic. Like I'll listen to like you know, hip hop, grime, R&B. Sometimes I'll be like in the office listening to like slow jams and shit, you know what I mean, like early Ashanti and stuff like that. So it's mad. Like I think just having a broad range of styles that I listen to, I just kind of pinpoint on the sort of like the more emotive sounds. And I feel like that's where you connect with people on a deeper level, man, where you know, if people are going through something in life, you've got that sort of because I know I've done it for myself previously. Like if I'm listening to a tune and it really gets me, you know what I mean, and I'm thinking, shit, like those are the sort of pieces of music that help people through life, you know what I mean? And like help people through struggles and help people through hardships in life. And I just sort of think if there's anything that you can do to add value, it would be to do that kind of thing instead of you know, because there are tunes for different moods and different mindsets, but I'm just trying to think, what can I do to add value? Like, and I think I just came to that conclusion where it was like, I just want to kind of connect with people on an emotional level, because I think those things kind of have a bit more like longevity, because you know you get a lot of things, you know, trends come and go and certain things, but I think like going for that sort of like timeless sort of emotive sound that people can connect to, I just really, man, just I try my best anyway to try and get something sort of timeless and get something. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be working on it for my whole life, man. I probably will, you know, I might never get there, but all I try and do is just try my best to recreate that sort of feeling that I had when listening to records. You know, that I sort of was inspired by to even get into this shit like 10 years ago and stuff. So
crazy.
Man.
Do you own a record player?
Vinyl?
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
I love vinyls, bro.
I've got a few vinyls. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I can see your shit. I can see your album on one of them, man. It's that pure house music on it, bro.
I would love. Yeah, maybe I think we're doing, hopefully, fingers crossed, is like in the next year or so there'll be a deluxe and we'll do like a vinyl on that as well.
Hey, we manifesting this shit, bro. We already know.
Yes, bro, of course.
I'm curious, bro, man. I'm curious about like your spiritual journey. I know you incorporate spirituality with your music, but just as you as a spiritual being, like how did you even like tap into that awareness of yourself? Like what was your story with that?
You know, it's crazy, man. I remember like I think around about the time I started to make music, which was about 2013, 2014, I had a real like it was almost, you could say it was like an emotional breakdown. I kind of just sat there and I was like, I'm at this like university studying how to do music, and like I just really didn't know where to go. I was kind of like, I didn't know what to do, where to go, who to connect with, who, like, where I wanted my sound to be. Like I was just like, you know, thrown into the deep end of this shit with no idea of which way to swim, kind of thing. And I just remember having like this real like epiphany moment of, I was sat in my bedroom and I had this like little Buddha statue. I just remember it so vividly. I had like pink curtains and the light was just coming through, and I was just sitting there, I was just meditating, and I was like, fuck, I'm gonna do this. Okay. I just decided, it was like a decision moment, and I was like, fuck, this is what I want to do. I'm not looking back. And like, since I made that decision with myself, like
crazy,
every decision after that has just been like almost like power, like underpinned by that decision. And I just remember somebody saying to me, like a friend at the time was like, oh, because I wanted to get like some music on some like YouTube channel, and which was massive at the time. And he was like, oh, you'll never do that. You know what I mean? They'll never take that. And I was like, oh man, like that's just lit the fire under me, man. Like I'm gonna make sure this happens now. Do you know what I mean? And then like, sure enough, like 2-3 weeks later, like, oh shit, I got the email back from the guy who ran the thing, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm fuck with this. Like, let me put it out. And I was like, whoa, like I really didn't expect that. And then all of a sudden, like shit just started going crazy, man. And then I always been like a really sort of introspective person, and I always tried to find I've gone internally instead of externally. Like always had a close relationship with God, I feel. Always been quite connected to source, and I do sort of always give gratitude for what I've been given. And I always feel like, you know, I never compare myself, because I always know the next man's might have something else. I always look at what I've got, and I try and be thankful for what I've got. And you know, I just really enjoy time to myself as well. A lot of people, you know, see me as like in like a social setting. It might be quite weird, because I do just like my own like sort of.
I'm the same, man.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean? And then, so I'll be like, you know, I'll be that weirdo sitting outside by a tree, like, you know, just in silence, man, for like 20 minutes, half an hour, just
to be chilling.
But yeah, man, yeah, for sure. And then like I was doing, I found like Sri Bhagwan and Amma Bhagwan, who are like Indian prophets on YouTube, and they do like this thing called an Deep show, where it was literally just a YouTube video. You can still find it now, of him just literally holding his like hands up to the camera like that, and it's like some sort of like meditative prayer that he does. And I started doing that and getting into like mad trances with that as well. And then it was just because I was quite like bohemian, you can say, like during the early phases of my music, I was very sort of like into the spirituality, and because around those sort of times it was quite a new concept as well. I think like the idea of religion was like so far-fetched for people of my generation and your generation, and then along came spirituality, where it was like, okay, you can actually make your own sort of relationship with divine source, you know what I mean? And
that scares people though. That scares people.
You know what I mean? It's redefining it for people. Like people didn't know where to, how to approach it. But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing.
That's interesting, because like I've noticed too. So a lot, and I'm glad you brought up the religious aspect. I've realized, especially like with the whole COVID shit for the past like a fucking decade at this point, like people started seeking, like going back into religion, because they're like, I need something to believe in, and which is 1,000% fine. Like everything that you believe is true, because that's what your vibration, that's what reality mirrors back to you. So but then not realizing that what you're observing, you know, through the media, people's hijacking your subconscious with beliefs like, oh, it's not safe to do that, and you believe in that, and then your reality shaping, you know, you not being safe and shit like that. You not knowing, you got to hold yourself accountable for your creation. It's all good and dandy. You know, you praying, you know, to the sky, not knocking anybody who, you know, who's religious, but at the end of the day as well, it's an eternal, you know, relationship with self, with the divine, with source, with God. And you got to have that 100%. Conversation with yourself. Like, look, is this thought serving me? Because I'm really big on like, you know, you thinking the thought, like if you're thinking a thought and the thought don't feel good, that's your inner being, that source, is God, whatever you want to call that higher being is telling you, I don't agree with you, because we operate on a different spectrum. So for example, with you, Joey, if you was thinking like, damn, man, my album's never gonna be on vinyl and it don't feel good, source like, I don't know, because on our side, you got 1 million copies sold. That's why I don't feel good, because I don't agree with what you're thinking. So I always encourage people like, you got to be mindful of what you're thinking.
Oh, 100%, man. 100% thoughts create reality, right?
Facts.
And you know, I think you hit the nail on the head, man, where you said, you know, people have got to be accountable for it, because a lot of people don't realize that, you know, there's so much power in what you think, and you can literally create your reality. What's a shame with the whole COVID situation is it was kind of thrust upon us to decide a reality for ourselves, which, you know, was sort of pre-interpreted by the government and higher powers, which was basically it was such a low vibration of information that was coming through.
Yep,
like
fear, man.
So low vibration, like fear. Even now, like I noticed, you know, we had a really hot day in England not long ago, where it was like, I don't know, like 35 degrees or something.
Y'all don't have like ACs and shit. That shit mind-boggling.
Nah, bro, it was
that shit
it was crazy, man. It was crazy. We're not used to that kind of temperatures.
I know.
But I swear, man, like even then I noticed that like the way the news was delivered, it was like all red. Like the whole country was red, and it was like fear, you know, this is uncontrollable heat, we're all going to die. And I'm thinking, man, like it's just a hot day, man. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just a hot day. Like it's summer, it's the middle of June. Like, of course it's going to be a hot day, but it's just the way the news delivers it. It's such a low vibration. Like I feel like so many people of maybe like a older generation, which you could consider vulnerable, is like it's being fed this kind of real low vibration information, and it's such a shame, because
they believe it.
It's really, they believe it, and they don't really conceptualize the idea of having, you know, information be like, it's like food. It's like having that low vibration keeps you in a low vibration reality, which is just so, you know, it's like it would have a knock-on effect, disease, illness, like all these things. Do you know what I mean? And like one thing that, you know, that stuck out for me with the COVID thing is that they never mentioned how to naturally immune yourself to disease. You know what I mean? Like even on like going on a sunbed, like that makes your body react in such a way that it's like almost, you know, 50% more like less prone to you know, viral information. And then also you've got like orange juice, natural fruits, mangoes, all that kind of stuff. Like all these things that are never being told by the news how to naturally equip yourself.
Of course not. Big Pharma, the medicine company, they don't want you to know that, bro.
Exactly, man. And you know, it's such a shame, because like people like me and you could pick holes in the way it was delivered and make it, we can see it for what it is, you know. And I feel like a lot of people are waking up to the facts now, because of the way the
like
way,
you know, people are with the fear
100%
part of it.
100%. Because like, I don't know if you felt it, but that first wave of information when
I called bullshit when it first brought out. It didn't feel right. I called bullshit immediately.
Bro, that did not feel right in my spirit when that shit came out. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, sorry to but I was like, what's going on here, man? This is so that it was like pre-scripted, like you said. It was like everything felt like it was like designed in a way, like it's like, oh, we are expecting this, here it comes, like, okay, we're
12
ready.
p.m. 12 p.m. you press the send button, is all over the world and shit.
That's it, man. I was just like, oh shit.
Because it didn't like when have you ever known that the entire world shut down? Come on now. Now that's some far-fetched shit. That's some far-fetched shit. Because think about this, bro. Just look, like in England, for example, like you feel the energy difference when the sun comes out. It's like night and day. Like it's like some magic been sprinkled on the ground. And as soon as it's like it's rainy and gloomy, it's the little low vibration. And I've been having a conversation like this. I'm like, I really think they like the government, they've admitted that they play around with, you know, with the weather machines and shit, and they got their own. So I just been thinking like, is, you know, especially out here, is that the way it is to keep that low vibration? Because I've noticed like it shouldn't be a fact where the sun is like rare. Like it's Christmas when you feel the sun.
So true. So true. I reckon, yeah, I mean, I reckon there's a lot of things we don't know that's going on behind the scenes still. It's just one of those things. It's like, how far do you want to, how far does the rabbit hole go?
Oh,
what I mean?
man.
And people on the ground, like us, like we'll probably never know the extent of the sort of manipulation that's taking place. But it's one of those things. You can't. There's so much there's so much kind of frustration there, because it's like, you want to sort of help the world awaken to what's happening, but the power is totally not in our hands. It's nothing we can actually do physically to change what's happening, apart from try and give people more sort of a different sort of perspective.
Yeah,
and just share our opinions and our thoughts on the subjects, and just try and find a sort of a way of looking at things subjectively without bias, where we can just sort of look at things for what they are and not what we're being told.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
And then and add to that too. So like not when it first, but like I wouldn't say like the second year, I spent a chunk out here, and I was just narrating my shit. Like you would see people who are like for example, we're gonna be under one world government and these passports and shit like that. And I was like, nah, that ain't my reality. I don't know what you're talking about. But it's like another, because especially on Twitter, you gotta be fucking mindful of like the information you absorbing, because you can easily make that to a reality. And people would be like, well, they said it was going to be there. I was like, well, you know how many infinite timelines it is out there? I'm not subscribing to that. That's not my reality. I don't have to wear these masks. I don't have to get vaccinated. I don't have to do X, Y, and Z. And I've been chilling. I had COVID twice. First time, it was a bitch. I took my vitamin C. I took my my little medicine. I had it bad for like 2 days. After that, up and going. Second time, it was like a little slap on the wrist. And I'm like, bro, I'm not, I was never scared of it, but it's just like you're overhyping this flu because it ain't making sense.
That's it, bro. That's it. If you look at the stats as well, compared to influenza in like the 30s and the 40s, it's like, not even as bad as that.
Yeah.
And like, they didn't shut down the world and shit for that.
Come on, man.
Come on, exactly, man. And yeah, it's one of those. I think it's really good to actually touch on this, because it's nice to sort of have a shared consent, like a shared opinion on what's going on. Like I was watching, Russell Brand, right?
Yeah, I love Russell.
Yeah, so yeah, he's like I was watching his YouTube video dropped a minute ago. It was like, I think in Australia, like they're punishing like key workers for not getting vaccinated by like cutting their wages and shit.
Crazy.
And I was like, I know, right? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, wait, so they're like punishing people for not taking the vaccine by cutting their wages?
Experimental vaccine. Let's
right?
highlight that, bro.
Exactly.
With side effects that's popping out the ass right now. Like for my stepmother's husband, he got it. He got the I think it's all three of them. This man had a full head of hair, full beard. He completely got leukemia now. This bald, naked mole rat. No offense if you're listening.
Yeah.
But just a complete night and day. And then like you hear other stories about people developing blood clots and all these things, and they're afraid to speak out about it. And I'm like, no, the elephant in the room is, these side effects are real, bro. These shit is real. You injecting yourself with 3 or 4 different experimental things that hasn't been tested with enough. It needs years for things to be tested, and this was brought out like that. And you
so quick.
And your fucking crucifying us for being skeptical about not wanting something I don't even fucking take those anyway, but something I don't even want, I don't even need in my body.
Exactly. And the worst part about it was they restricted travel.
Bro,
You know, like,
yeah.
bro, like this is the only reason I got those 2 first vaccinations, was because I think I had like a show in like Croatia and I couldn't
That's
go because
dope.
like, yeah, they were like, you know, you've got to get a vaccine passport, it's got to be in date, and this was around the time like where it was still pretty prevalent. I think it's kind of like early 2021, and you know there was like what's it called, like return to flight forms that you had to fill out with like your
That shit was
vaccine
annoying.
passport number, and bro, the amount of shit I had to do, and then like day 8 and day 3 tests when you get back, and
that was annoying.
When you look into it, bro, it's like these companies,
all that money
like,
we paying for the PCR tests and bro, come on, man.
Like they must be making bank, man. I swear, like the amount of money.
And then don't forget about this monkeypox shit too, man. That's another one.
Trust me. Oh god.
Throwing shit out the ass. Cause I spent, if you gotta think about it, like a flight out here, if I'm not being responsible and I'm waiting till the last minute, $700-800. Then before, when I had to take a PCR test, that's running an extra 100 or something. Then you gotta take one and get back. I'm like, damn, bro, this shit expensive.
Exactly. I think I must have spent about 200-300 quid on just tests. Like
it's fucking scam, bro. Fucking scam. But a good friend of mine, she channels Source and channels other galactic beings. She whenever I'm really big on this programming, like, because anything could be programmed. Like, for example, this glass of water, if this was like from, let's say it's like some shitty ass water from a bottle, right? And you actually program the water to be give you the nutrients that you need, hydrate you. You change the molecules because it's your intention behind it. And it's the same thing with the vaccine. And I was talking about this in previous episodes with anybody who, you know, who got it, and you're nervous. Just change how you looking at it. You know, just tell yourself, okay, this vaccine is doing this and this for me. I know that there will be no side effects. Just like you have to program it differently. You can program any fucking thing. And so I encourage anybody who's even if you was like forced, so it's like, damn, I can't do this unless I do that. Like, just you can always, don't look at it in a fear-based perspective. You can just change the intention behind it. You definitely can.
100%, man. 100%. I agree with that. Even you know, vaccines and stuff, like, it's just a shame because the putting people in a low fear vibration has that knock-on effect of, if you take a vaccine in that vibration, then you're way more inclined to get the side effects. You know what I mean?
Damn, I never even thought about that. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're like
crazy,
bro, like the way it was done, it was
that's smart though. This whole scam was smart. Don't get me wrong. I you know, I'll give my props to, you know, the power. I don't say the powers that be. I say the powers that were. But even the powers that were and powers that be, they all source, man. That's why, like, a lot of times, like, people say, oh, it's, you know, it's bad. You know, these people are bad guys. They just source playing a role for expansion. You need that contrast. If you playing a video game and you never had a boss level and, you know, enemies, how you go evolve? Everything 100%. Going right, how you go expand.
That's it. Duality, man.
Duality, bro.
You gotta have that duality. It's so true. It's like you said, you know, they're playing their role, and everyone plays their role. But I feel like, you know, all these situations help to sort of awaken more people to what's going on. And I do feel like, you know, I was looking at I don't know if you know, but like, you know, the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
You've got like the Ethiopian calendar. Like the Ethiopian calendar puts like 2012 as 2020, December 31st, 2020, which is like around the sort of time it was all kicking off. And I think, and it was like, the world would end. And I do believe it's like a new world. Like a lot of people, I think a vast majority of the population did awaken to what is like the new reality for a lot of us, which is like it's a vibrational reality. Like, it's like your mind has such a key part to play in this world, and like people, asleep, it's just not going to cut it anymore. You need to be awake and like aware of what your surroundings, and how to navigate it. It's it's a new world for a lot of people, and I do feel truly blessed to sort of have sort of like, I guess, a bit of an early start from like 2013. I sort of developed a relationship with spirit, and then like I kind of saw it for what it was. I think a lot of people did see it for what it was when it first came.
Facts.
But yeah, I feel like even the whole COVID thing, it did help a lot more people to sort of wake up to what was going on, man. And in anything, that is a good thing. Really,
it is, because like a lot of the mass was under a mass hypnosis, a mass spell, and so you needed some outlandish triggering shit to like really be like, something ain't adding up, right? Like when you just like when, like, for example, when they say we'll give you a free cheeseburger from Burger King when you get, it's like you got to think about it. Like, this Burger King is a fast food unhealthy place. How is that making my health better? Like, it's like certain shit you got to like put two and two together.
100%, man. 100%. It's definitely an awakening spirit, and isn't it so mad to think like we're nearly in 2023 now? Like, bro, that's so mad to me. Like, these last 2 years have just been like
a blimp, bro. Like, it never even existed. It never.
Like, 2020 was just like I didn't even. It was so crazy how time's just gone so fast. I do think we jumped serious amount of timelines in this time.
I think so too, man. Because some feel a lot different, man. Some feel a lot different.
Even now, like in approaching 2023, I feel like the whole concept of 5D Earth, and like having like a that whole timeline shift in the last couple of years has been serious, man. Like, I've just noticed so much difference. And even when I took a walk the other day, and I just like the colors of everything. And it sounds mad, but like, no, just the colors of everything, like, and the sort of like the depth and sort of the saturation which was really different, and like it just felt like definitely I feel like the consciousness of the earth has come up, because there's just so much more vibrancy and everything.
Facts. Bro. And it's funny you said that, because like, for example, like how we were talking about the news earlier, it has people in that low vibration, right? So you're continuing to create, like, the powers that were, they aren't powerful unless they use us. They can't create like we do. They can't create at all. So they have to hijack our subconscious minds to create the reality that they want for us. So it's that aspect. Now we fast forward this whole mass awakening, our vibration is being lifted. Now the whole Earth's energy, how it looks, the landscape, is not reflecting our vibration. So this goes to show that we're rising the frequency. Now things are changing, which was the whole point of this whole little gig. So that's nuts.
Oh, it's so true, man. Yeah, that's so true. When you put it like that, it's like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, because we're out the gates of it, and it's all sort of fizzled out. It's people are sort of settling back into their reality, aren't they? And they're just kind of feeling, yeah. But I do notice that. I feel like even certain daily tasks which might just be like really remedial, like there's so much more sort of, I don't know, like time's really sort of settled in. I just feel like there's a lot more sort of presence, like in me anyway. I've noticed that I'm a lot more present than how I used to be. Like, I think there's a lot of mental fog, you know, in like maybe like pre-COVID.
That's true.
I just feel so much mental clarity. Yeah, I don't know if it's like
Did you feel
because
like you
of
was on
the
autopilot
frequency.
too at a certain
Oh,
point?
100%, 100%, 100%. Just like surviving, really.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of, because like, you know how it is with like the systems in place and like the way they've got us, it's just survival. But
True.
like, you
Fight
know,
or
it's
flight
like
every time.
and then just like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if it's because of the like the rising vibration of just the collective, but just like picking up healthy habits. Like, obviously, like I know for yourself, you go gym as well, like go to the gym and look after yourself, and then eating healthy, and just having like a routine as well, and just, you know, getting into like really like cementing a healthy like foundation to build on.
Man.
Which, you know, I don't know if more people are doing that because like it's like, you know, been picked up on like social media, like people obviously can see, because a lot of people, you know, suffered with like you know, depression and anxiety and all these things. But now in the digital age with TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, there's so many ways to find means to change it, and
even like having like-minded people who like on the same, you know, vibration and frequency. Because I remember like when I had my first spiritual awakening, I wasn't even like how I was on Twitter. I had like probably like 300-400 people, and it's just like people you high school or like just, you know, little basic friends kind of shit. And then as soon as you get on that vibration of, you know, just awareness of self, floodgates just freaking open. And especially with TikTok, bro, you know, and Instagram, you can find your community. You can find
100%.
Find your community.
100%, man. 100%. I feel like I've done that a bit on Twitter. Like, I just came across, I don't even know, man. Like, I come across like loads of accounts on Twitter where I'm like, oh my God, I fuck with this person. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, it's like follow. It's the same when I came across yours. I was like, Mr. Manifest. I was like, oh yeah, I'm down with that, man. 100%. That's my shit, bro. But yeah, it's just fucking, there's loads of accounts that keep popping up. I don't know if it's the algorithm or what, but I'm like, shit, like these guys are spitting facts, you know what I mean? Like all their posts and shit. I'm like, fuck, like, and then I think, you know, like you're sort of, you do pick up on your tribe and stuff, and and like the internet's got such a big part to play in that. It's like
the fact that we were even able to connect. Like, come on now,
right? I know, right?
People in two different countries. Here we are on the podcast. Like, just shout out to fucking Twitter, bro. You mentioned you had mentioned something interesting too about like for example, when we was in lockdown, there was a lot of, it was downtime. You know, they were saying, "Oh, you're gonna get." No, I was having this conversation. They were saying out here, it was around last holiday time, that you couldn't even go visit your family during. I'm like, you got me fucked up, bro. If I'm not about to go to my mama house because you told me I can't, or I can't even experience fucking Christmas. What? Who are you to tell me I can't leave my house? Bro. What?
Yeah,
that shit
exactly, bro. It's like some next shit. It's just like it's bad. It's different from country to country, but I feel bad for the Australians, man, because they've been really getting the bad end of it. Like, you know, like the way they did lockdown as well was some fucking dictatorship, bro. I was like, if that was me, I would have been, because a lot of them were like protesting and shit, and they were getting like fined and shit for protesting. I'm just there like, bro, what the fuck is going on with the world, man?
But then too, to add to that, they were going along with the instructions. It was no resistance. It wasn't no fight back. And then that fear. So that was the timeline they were trying to get into the entire world. Exactly what's going on right now. So it's just it's a great contrast moment if you look at it from a creative perspective, saying, okay, I'm seeing how that's ran. That ain't really the reality I wanna experience. This is what I'm experiencing. But a lot of time with that downtime, what it showed me was, I mean, I knew that I always knew I was here for something bigger, but just even just the mundane 9 to 5 life was starting to like depress me. Like it was to a point. So my I work in tech sales, for example, and
Nice.
my last job, I took 3 weeks off in December, and so when I came back, I was just depressed. I was like, this isn't even what I want to do. I want to, because now I life coach. Like I want to tap fully into my purpose. Yeah, I'm podcasting. It's a lot more that I need to be doing. And then that birthed that idea. And then even just
Nice.
when we couldn't go out, I had put on, and this is really why I started working out and lifting heavy, because I've never been a fat guy, but I got fucking big as hell. I was 270 when I came back to the States. And I looked in the mirror like, bro, I do not like the way I look. And my roommate, who was my
Sure.
best friend, he was working out while I was away, and I saw his gains. I'm like, all right, if you can do this in this span of time, that I was gone bet.
Nice.
So I just took my fitness serious, started heavy in the gym 4 times a week. The result speaks for
Nice.
itself now, but just that contrast of like, hey, I don't like how I feel. It's it's like you don't even like how you feel in your clothes. If you ain't even confident in your shit,
Yeah.
that's when shit is like, this ain't it.
That's it, bro. Yeah. I remember I saw you touch on something. I think it might have been in a previous podcast where you said, when you wear new clothes, it's like tapping into that abundance
Bro,
frequency.
abundant
And it's like,
frequency, bro.
yeah, man. And like, it's so true. Like even like you say, like going to the gym and stuff, it's like, it's kind of like self-care, self-love, isn't it? It's looking after
Yep.
yourself, and then you feel so much better afterwards. And I wish more people would like discover the gym. I know like a
You
lot of
gotta
people.
want to though.
Yeah,
You gotta want to.
yeah,
Cause
it's all down to self, isn't it?
it
Yeah,
is
100%.
because that's why like I post my workout videos. So like if I'm doing something, so I want you to see like the progression and let it motivate you. Like, damn, I know how Richard used to look, and now look how you look now. Like I can do it too.
Yeah.
Like it's just consistency, man. You just gotta fucking, hey, I'm dedicating. Even if it's a week, I mean a 1 day a week, just dedicate that time, man. And then I promise you, once you see that 1 ounce of muscle that wasn't there,
Yeah.
that dopamine hit, it's an addiction. I
Yeah.
want this bitch bigger. I want this
100%.
bicep bigger. I want my shoulders bigger. I want my chest more defined. Like,
So true.
and then when you get lost in that shit, man.
100%, 100%. I'm like cardio freak. I
Yeah.
like I love my lifting as well. Don't get me wrong, I do. I
But
love my
cardio is your
strength and
passion,
conditioning, but
bro. Cardio is your
I
passion,
love my
man.
cardio, bro. Like I love it. I love that runner's high that you get afterwards, and
Bro,
just
that high is
yeah,
everything, man. I tell
so good,
people,
so good.
bro, they be like, why you work out so long? Or why? Because it's that fucking high you get afterwards.
Yeah.
It's better than smoking weed. It's better than being drunk. It's
Oh,
just that it's
sure.
that self-care high. You can't beat that.
Oh, 100%, 100%, 100%. I actually, my day job is working at a gym in sales.
Crazy,
So
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy, like how like I don't know, like the universe kind of makes a path for you, because like I don't get me wrong, I'll be straight up, like music doesn't earn me enough to sort of have it as a full-time job
Mhm.
just yet, but I do feel like
We gotta,
eventually
we
it will
gotta,
come
we
about.
gotta, we gotta switch that. We gotta switch that thought. I ain't gonna let you continue on with that phrase, bro.
Go
So
on.
switch that thought. Music is.
Oh yeah, music is gonna be my full-time job, but it's at the moment the way the universe is kind of tailored to my needs is so crazy,
Mhm.
because it knows that like the healthiest path for me to take and the healthiest place for me to be is in a gym surrounded by
Yeah.
people who want to better themselves, and
Yep.
being around that kind of energy it's really just enabled me to like take my
Motivation,
shit to
man.
some next level, and like
Facts.
yeah, man. And it's crazy, I was in a bad way maybe like a few years ago, like deciding what to do, and then just all of a sudden bam, like I sort of asked the universe, I was like, please like give me something that's gonna help me on my path,
Mm-hmm.
to take this shit as far as I can go. And then
Mm-hmm.
it just came, man. It just came like that. And
Alignment, bro.
like, trust me, and just like being able to ask and receive like manifestations. It's so important to just ask, because people, if you just ask and let it go, it will come. But like, it's tricky, I had to learn myself. Exactly. I had to learn myself, like, if you need something or want something so badly, it's not gonna happen. But you need to just let it go and just be accepting of whatever the universe gives you. Like, you've asked and you just wait to receive it, and just know it's yours in the first place. Like, I know what's for me
will always be
what I'm doing, which is exactly, man. Like,
it's that confidence that creates confidence.
Exactly. Just knowing that what's meant for me is for me, and what isn't won't be in my alignment. And I'm just, just being comfortable with that. And there's no resistance there. It's just, I take each day as it comes. Like, this, even just sitting and having this conversation with you is like, this is in my alignment. You know what I mean? I was like, yes, man. Like, I need to sit down and have a chat with Rich, man, because I just it felt right to me. Like, it was my internal,
I love that,
like, intuition, man. I was just like, so it's one of them, man. Like, I feel like having the trust in the universe to bring you what you need, because it always will. And in the end, you just have to sort of be open to receiving it, man, and just
don't even focus on the how. The how is the resistance. The logical part of our brain wants to know, okay, how's that conversation happen with somebody in India who's gonna end up flying here, who's gonna run into you? Like, that ain't we can't control that. All we can control is focusing our vibration on that timeline. So that, for example, with you, the timeline of my music sustaining me to where I can quit my 9-to-5 job. We sit in that vibration every time we talking about ourselves. We operating. So I do this with my clients too. Like, if somebody asks you how you doing, for example, how's your day doing, I use it as an opportunity to like pitch my reality. Not even for them, like, pitch to them, pitch it to myself. So somebody how's your day going, Rich? Damn, man, my day was actually pretty well. I had about 5 clients today, and I was just really, really grateful that I was able to help people, and just blah, 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 blah. Using those little experiences to just like tap into that shit and have fun with it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, man. Like, it's all, words have such power. Words are like spells, right? So like, if you speak power over your life and speak positivity over your life, it's gonna have such a profound impact. Like, this is just from personal experience, but I know when I'm in like a victim mind state, or
easily
it's just, it's constant, that like constantly sort of reproducing itself. Whereas like, if you think positively and speak positively, like, damn, I've had a great day, you know what I mean, I've done this, I've done that, then instantly your vibration shifts. And it's so easy to see the difference, like, having that sort of like you said, focus on your abundance, and just
focus on
having that sort of, man, just concentrating on what you want to create for yourself. And I feel like having a positive mind state is such an important thing.
Easily, bro.
100%.
Easily, man. I always ask this last question to my guests, man. What would your message be to humanity during this time?
Humanity, just to follow your heart in all matters, because eventually you'll discover your own purpose, and everybody who comes to Earth has a purpose. You sort of, you became a part of this life for a purpose. The divine has a reason for you to be here. So if you ever feel lost, if you ever feel out of alignment, just refocus, recenter, take your shoes off, go into nature, ground yourself, and just speak with spirit, go inwards, because eventually you'll find what your passion is, what your love is, what your purpose is. And, like it might take a day, it might take a year, it might take 2 years, but eventually you'll get there. And I do believe everyone has a purpose. And, one other thing is we're not separate. We're all one consciousness, one person, essentially. So just to look after your brother, man, just, we might have disagreements, but we don't need to be disagreeable. Do you know what I mean? Everybody has to be sort of, on the same vibration for us to, keep evolving as a species, man. So it's one of those, yeah.
Love it, man. Love it. Joey, my guy. The Feel Good Tapes, the album
brother.
Out now. Guys, I'll provide the link below. Please listen to this amazing album. If you love house music, you're gonna love this shit. Joey, super grateful. It's man, I love episodes like this because like I always say, I don't know who listens to my fucking podcast. So the fact that you do, and then like I know that, man, like fucking thank you, bro. And the fact that you're able to be a guest on the show, I'm like, that's even more dope. So man, I really appreciate you, bro.
No, I appreciate you, Rich. Thank you very much for having me on, man. Appreciate you.
Man, of course. Guys, as always, you're the creator of your own reality. Everything you think, feel, say will shape things around you. Stay positive, create the life that you want. And again, I was jet lagged, so forgive me for being a couple days late. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.